Welcome back, guys, to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved with me, PommieGamer. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day, and Freddie and I are just out scouting for a new location because today is moving day. Now, before we do that, there are some upcoming changes to the vanilla map, where they're going to be updating some of the areas of the map with new biomes. So if we take a look at the map right now, we're just heading over to the center island bit because this area is going to become the redwood forest, which I'm super excited to see. And very helpfully this time the ARK devs have put these barriers around the areas that are going to change. So if you're not quite sure what these mean, basically if you're outside of this barrier, looking at it as I am now, where it's green, this means you are safe to build in this area. Now if I come over to the other side of the barrier, you see it turns red, and it's basically warning you that if you build inside this area prior to the update that's coming on the 31st of May, then you may be at risk to having your structures destroyed. So I thought that was a really nice little touch. I mean, at the end of the day, the game is still in active development and changes to the map will happen, but at least this way people have got fair warning about what areas are going to change and can do something before that update drops so that they don't lose stuff. Now, so this area
Warning.
yeah.
Move out.
Move out. Leave the area. Let's quickly come over here. There's a purple drop just down here, and I'm going to try and nab that without getting into too much trouble. Oh, there's a
Oh, good luck.
There's a Carnotaurus there. Can I?
Carno following you.
Yeah, I can't
I
actually...
think that was probably glitched in there, to be
Yeah, I
fair.
can't actually access this inventory, which is a shame. Anyway, we move on. So, what we're going to do, guys, we're just going to carry on scouting for a new location for Freddie to move to, and then we'll bring you back when we're ready to unveil his new home. See you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and Freddie and I have found a new location for him, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It looks like a pretty good spot. But before we head over there, what we need to do is actually set up a tribe alliance. Now, as you may remember, we tried this initially and we found it to be a little bit lacking in features because for this starter base we wanted to start the alliance and be able to build together, but unfortunately we don't have the same governance as we do over a tribe with regards to who can build structures and that. But given that this is going to be Freddie's new base and I'm going to be building elsewhere, we figured that this is kind of the right time to start the alliance. So I'm going to create a new alliance. We're going to call it the Commonwealth. Form new alliance. And then Freddie, if you would like to leave the Poms.
Done. Sweet. So now
You're
and the lammies.
in a tribe called the Limeys. Now, of course, at the moment, all of the dinos and stuff in this area is owned by the Poms. So the first thing we're going to do is actually take Winnie and we're going to unclaim her and allow Freddie to claim her so that she becomes part of the Limeys. So if I come to her inventory and go unclaim Winnie.
Please don't go feral. Hey, there we go.
So now Winnie is part of the Limeys, and because Freddie and I aren't allied yet, I see Winnie as being an enemy. Now if we come over to Vulcan, just make sure there's nothing in his inventory.
Well, there was stuff in Winnie's that I can access.
Okay, that's good. So now we unclaim Vulcan.
Sweet.
Excellent. So that's the dinos taken care of. I guess Boaty McBoatface counts as a dino, so we're probably going to have to unclaim Boaty as well. Which
How are you going to unclaim a boat?
That's a very good question. We can't actually unclaim it, and I'm guessing you can't drive it.
I Long.
Well, there's a slight
Right,
flaw there.
so this is your present.
Thank you. Right. And the other thing we wanted
Rotten.
to quickly do before we form the alliance is, because we want this to be an open place where anyone can go, we basically want to take off the doors for all of these, for this building, our starter base, so that Freddie can come and go and use the facilities as well, because we're still going to be coming back here quite frequently to make use of the fridges and the industrial grill and that, until each of us have something set up at the our respective new bases. And I believe that's all of the doors off their hinges. So now,
Sweet.
if you come outside, Freddie, I'll invite you to the alliance.
Somehow I feel I got the raw deal in this little divorce of ours.
And there we go.
It's always... No, I'm not going to make that comment.
So now,
No, I'm sorry. I just want to try boating my boat face again because you're not having my yacht. Can't. He gets the house, the boat, the Stargate, pets. This is just not fair.
well, there we go. New beginnings. But now that we're allied, I'm now seeing your dinos and yourself in blue, which should be a good thing. You mentioned the Stargate, that's kind of interesting, we should just probably check that. So I can access the Stargate. Can you access the Stargate?
Yes.
Okay.
But there are no available addresses for me.
Because it will only show the addresses relevant to the Stargates your tribe has built, I believe. So that's going to be kind of interesting.
So I can't even get to the volcano.
This could be more problematic than anticipated then.
Yep.
So it seems, as much as we want to use the tribe alliance system, it's not actually going to be that beneficial.
It's not going to work.
It's really
It's
not.
not going to work.
Which is a real shame, because the concept of it is actually, is really good, but without having some sort of governance and being able to, create neutral public kind of structures, then it's not really going to work for us. So I'll tell you what, guys, we're actually going to demolish the alliance. I'm going to invite Freddie back to the Pomms, and we're just going to rock and roll from there. So let's recruit Freddie back to the Pomms, and it's like he never left. There we go.
Yay!
Well,
I get my yacht back.
if an ARK dev happens to see this, maybe it's something they'll be updating in the future, and we can revisit it. But for now, the Tribe Alliance system is not something for us, and it's not something we're going to use, sadly. Right, guys, we are going to take Vulcan and Concord and head up to Freddy's new location, get him set up, and we'll bring you back when we're there. See you guys in a bit. And we're back, guys, and we're just over at the new location for Freddy's base. Bring up the map and take a look. It's kind of just a little bit further up from where the starter base is on the western coast. It's kind of halfway between where the snow biome meets the beach here. And I think it's a pretty cool spot. It's a very flat spot. Was there any other reasons why you chose this area, Freddie?
We've got a lot of oil over on the bay area, which is always useful. Plus, it's nice and flat, and I have access to the sea, so I've got boaty and everything.
Yeah, and you could probably get a water dino pen built in this bay area as well, which would be quite cool. So you get some of the water-based dinos in there, like Pleasies, Megalodons, and that kind of stuff. And there's quite a few drops happening around you as well, so they've got those resources. The only thing I see that could be a problem is it gets a little bit chilly here at night. Although weirdly, if you stand in this spot, you get slightly warmer.
Well, we're just on the borderlands between the snow and the sun.
Yeah. Well, I guess the next thing for us is to make it official and get a Stargate put down. So,
Right, so I need to be facing the direction that opens.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you two, get out of the way. Right. Just need to move these two. Oh, Vulcan, why are you so heavy? Have you been feeding him sweets again?
I think you might have some building materials. I'll just keep an eye out for any bad hombres. The only downside to this area is there's a lot of dangerous things that spawn here, but you know, Freddy likes to live life on the wild side. When we arrived here, we had to clear out the entire area of Carnotaurus, scorpions, raptors, saber-tooths, and some Argentavis as well, so you're kind of sport for choice for wildlife. And there we go.
There we go.
So I'll do you the honour of naming it.
I'm I'm slowly dying at the moment. What's the settings for it?
If you just hold E.
That's the one. Yeah, better do this quick. Done, hopefully.
There we go.
Oops.
If we take a look, it's Freddy's base. Pretty self-explanatory. Right guys, Freddy and I are going to head back to the starter base, and we're going to get some fur armor made up, I dare say, for Freddy, because I'm not really sure how he's going to build here without it. And then we'll look at dividing up the stuff and getting me moved over to my new home on Herbivore Island. We'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back guys, and as you can see we're over on Herbivore Island, and just behind me, where there used to be a ton of resources, is now a big empty lot, because this is where I'm going to start building the foundations for the castle basement, or at least what will become the castle basement. Now this build is going to be an even bigger build than the one I undertaken in the previous season, and the plan is to use this kind of area for storage, such as the vaults, places where we're going to keep the dinosaurs, and some other things as well, like our utilities and stuff. And then during the course of the season we'll be adding more and more to it. I plan to put a tower on that side and on that side as well, and then look at how we're going to do the defense of the entire structure. But the first thing we need to establish is actually how we're going to build this castle. Now we have the advanced architecture mod installed, which is a fantastic mod, and I've put down a Royal Engineers workstation over here, and in here they have these castle foundations, which are super expensive, but they are a lot bigger than your regular foundations. Now what I want to understand is whether these are going to give us the collision issues that we normally see with foundations when we get close to this wall. And if they do, I'm thinking it's probably going to be best that we utilize standard vanilla ARK foundations in this area, in addition to using the no-clip foundations, just so that we can butt right up against the stone face of this cavern here. So let's just take a look at the castle foundation, and my god, is that huge. That
How
is,
big we're talking?
I want to say like maybe 3 foundations by 3 foundations wide,
Ooh,
I'm guessing.
nice.
So let's just shimmy over towards the cliff here and see if we can embed these and how far we can. And actually it's looking pretty good from a clipping point of view. That one only gives us a bit of aggro. Oh, this is going to be a difficult decision, because I really want to be able to clip these in the majority of the way, which it looks like I can. I can get about at least halfway, which is super exciting. But it also means it's going to be super expensive to get this done, and we're going to need a ton of resources. But let's just place one for comparison. So I'm going to go in the center here as far back as I can. And I want to keep this fairly straight. So this is probably the most important foundation I'll place today. Let's bring it up. And I can't zoom out any more on the K menu, which is slightly annoying. Let's try and get as far into that part as possible. I guess that's the deepest part. We probably want to move out of the green area, otherwise it's going to give us issues when we actually start trying to build it. That seems to be raised off the ground ever so slightly. What's going on there? That's kind of weird. Can I move backwards? Let's try that one again. So that was number 1. These are super tall. It seems to be floating off the ground now, which is really weird. Let me bring it closer to me. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so let's bring these in as close as we can to this corner piece here. I think it's literally as close as I can get. Now, are we straight? Definitely not, so we're going to turn this way a bit more. Back the other way a little bit more.
Let me know if I get in your way.
Right. That is looking as probably as straight as I'm going to get it, so I'm going to build and hope for the best, and yep, that's what I was afraid of. I'm now stuck.
Whoa.
Alright guys, I'm going to get myself unstuck and then I'll be right back. And we're back guys, and I got myself unstuck thankfully, and just wanted to bring you back and actually show you the actual castle foundation. It is super big, and I love the detail on this model. The guys of the advanced architecture mod have done a fantastic job on it. So that's the first one, and I'm pretty happy with the placement. It's fairly straight towards sort of the exit of the horseshoe cliff face. And I just wanted to test as well the no collision foundations as well. So here you can see we've got a normal thatch floor placed, and then this one here is a no collision thatch foundation as well. It's kind of interesting they're named differently, but hey ho. And as you can see here, this allows us to clip right into the wall there. But now we're faced with a tough decision, because ultimately if I choose to build out of the vanilla foundations, we'd probably start with thatch and then switch them over to stone, or whether we actually just kind of plunge straight into using the castle foundations as well, which is going to help us to cover a much bigger area in a shorter space of time, but it's going to cost us a ton of resources in the process. So let's just pop over to the Royal Engineer workstation and just see how much that foundation was once again. So we come in here and we'll look at foundation, castle foundation. So it's 800 stone, 400 thatch, and 300 fibre per. That's not cheap at all, especially without a doedicurus. So it's really difficult to know which is the best way to go. What do you think, Freddie?
Size-wise, it's... well, you said it was 9 square, right? So 3 by 3.
It feels that way just by looking at it. I mean, I haven't tried to measure it. It could be more or less than that.
If it's 3 by 3, then do the calculation for a stone.
Yeah, that's true. That's the way to look at it. Alright guys, I've made a decision, to be honest. I like the way these look, and I think, yeah, given that it can clip into the walls, we'd be silly not to sort of start with this and try and move forward. So we're going to build out of the castle foundations, which means Freddie and I have got some resource gathering to do. So we're going to head on with that, and then once we've got sufficient resources to place the vast majority in this area, I'll bring you guys back for a building montage. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back guys, and I've just finished laying the castle foundations, and I've got to tell you, this has taken an awful long time to gather up all of these resources. I couldn't have done it without Freddie's help. To give you an idea of just how many we've laid, there's 40 castle foundations, and given that each of these takes 800 stone, 400 thatch, and 300 fibre, we had gathered up 32,000 stone, 16,000 thatch, and 12,000 fibre. It is an awful lot of materials. We've demolished the island several times over, even had to go through the Stargate and go up to the volcano and mine the stone there to get the job done. But I'm super happy with the results. Now there's some areas like here, for example, where we just simply couldn't get a floor in because this rock protrudes out more than the collision detection will allow. But apart from that, I would say it's pretty it's been pretty good going. Now we had some resources left over, so I've made up a bunch of other materials because I want to try and get the front of the castle wall done for this as well. So here we've got the massive gateway, which is a larger version of the fortress gateway, covers 2 foundation and will allow passage for Brontos, which is a great description because that's always the first thing I wonder about these gateways. How big are they and what dinos can they get through? We've got some steps, and I really want to check these out as well. We've got these fortress steps with direwolf statues on them. Obviously I'm a huge direwolf fan and will be taming up some in this season as well. So I think that's going to be our animal of choice for the castle, the direwolf. And we've just got some castle walls as well, wooden castle doors, and a massive fortress gate. So let's grab the fortress and drop that into our bar. Now let's count from here. So I think we're 6 wide if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. So yes, we want to be here. This is our middle, given that it covers 2 foundations. And so if we hit 1 on our hotbar, let's jump into our K menu and see if we can get a snap point on the front. Is it going to allow us? It wants to snap that way. It's a bit weird. Okay, let's try... there we go, we had a snap. Cool. So you can see here, I wonder if I can move without actually it snapping. You can see there's a small lip on the front, and that's actually where the hinge of the gate will attach to. Now from what I've been reading, this gate will only open one way. It's not like the behemoth gates where they open both ways. And where that lip is, which is nearest my scope now, if I E to rotate it away from me, it's now near the edge of the foundation. That's where the gateway is going to attach to, and we want it to open up inwards. We want the lip on this side, so if we place that now... Oh, look at that. Oh, I love the detail on this. This is amazing. What a great job. So now we have, this is the lip I was talking about if you couldn't see. So we want this lip on the inside because we want the door inset from the rest of the foundations. And now if we get our massive fortress gate and we go towards that lip somewhere, we should grab a snap point somewhere. There we go. Place. And now if we open it, we can see our gate opens inwards, which is just going to make it a little bit easier if we're bringing Brontos through here, you know, not having the gate open outwards and clip into us. So that's really cool. Now the big question I've got is, I really hope the placement of these foundations will enable us to build 2 walls high with these rock faces. This is the bit I've been most worried about, and it's the thing I've been trying to take care of whilst placing these initially, making sure we've got about halfway, because it seems that this mod allows you to clip at least halfway into stuff, so I've been trying to make sure we're evenly spaced. So I guess the only way to find out is actually to test this. So if we come here and we get 1 on here, oh, that's good, that's good. There we go. That one could be a problem up there. It's protruding out a little bit. Let's take a look. Ah, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. But let's not celebrate too early. We do have this side as well, which looks a little bit more complicated with this rock face there. So let's grab one of those. That's good so far. And now the moment of truth. Yay! Ah, that's so cool. Oh, I'm so happy that's happened. And this is just looking amazing, the way we have this cliff face blend into the rest of the castle, and when using it as a natural defense as well, so that's really cool. Now, the next thing I wanted to do, before placing another castle wall is to play around with these doorways, because I figured let's have a doorway on either side of the gate so that when we're not bringing dinos in and out we can just use them to exit ourselves. So if we take a look at these here, do these have any special lips or anything? Not really sure, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't think so. Alright, well let's just go with it and see what happens. So one like that. That looks really cool as well. I really like that detail. Kind of nice little arch. And then if we grab our wooden doors as well, and we place that there. I wonder if it will snap. Ah, see, with this one you can choose where it's going to snap, so that makes sense. If you wanted it there, you could have it there. But we want these on the inside, and then that way they open inwards as well. That's really cool. I love that sound. It's very satisfying. Right, let's head over to this side and let's place down the other doorway entrance, like so. That's amazing. And now we can just top off the castle here, not a problem at all. There we go. Last but not least, we need to be able to get back up inside here. So I've built some of these steps. I've built 2 of them in fact. Bit of lag there. Do you want to drop down onto the bar? Come on, server. Let's try that again. No? Ah, there we go. Server was saving. Right, here we go. Oh, that's very bright. This is starting to look awesome. I love how that's blending in. Okay, so we want to take one of these steps, and you can see they're full width of one foundation, so I built 2 so that we're able to snap them either side like that. So we stick one there and one there, and I really love how the detail of the castle foundations kind of overlap. It just looks really, really cool. And last but not least, let's have a look at these double steps. I'm super excited to see these things. Oh, that looks so cool. Alright, let's quickly throw another one over here. And let's get rid of this foundation we're using just to line up the rest of the castle walls. Like so. There we go. That's awesome. And, ooh, what's that? Cycle stone from matte flap. Oh, I think we can change the materials on the dials. Let's have a look. Oh, that's so cool. So that's a aged bronze. It's a copper, gold. It's a polished brass. It's a matte iron, pewter, steel, granite. Oh, granite looks cool. Black pearl. Not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Matte marble. Oh, I quite like that. You know I've got a thing for white direwolves. Let's go with the matte marble and let's change these ones over here. That's a really nice touch to this mod, being able to customize things so that it meets, you know, everyone's designs are a little bit unique that way. That's really cool. So that's granite. Can I cycle again? Or is the server saving again? Ah, there we go. Bit of lag on the server at the moment. So that's the matte marble as well. Hello, Mr. Stego. Ah, this is looking absolutely amazing. I really like this. I'm so happy. We've made a start on the new base and it's already starting to take shape. We're going to have to put some battlements up the top there, but we just simply didn't have the resources to do it today. But that'll be something we'll look at in the future. Let's just jump on Concord and get a look from the air, because I think this is going to look absolutely incredible. And you can see here we've got a vast amount of space for storage, for dinos, and we're going to be building towers up on these hills here. Maybe we'll run a wall all the way around as best as we can. Yeah, I'm really excited about this build. It's going to be absolutely epic. It's going to be much bigger than the castle we built in Season 1, but I think it's also going to look just absolutely incredible. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more ARK Survival Evolved videos. Until the next time, guys, keep calm and level up.